Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to episode 62 of Extreme Evocast, an all-purpose Pokemon podcast where we talk about news, trivia, and everything related to Pokemon. I am your wonderfully bodacious host, Lillieceon, and I think this episode might take the record for the shortest episode of Evocast in existence. Maybe even the shortest episode of any podcast in existence. It's going to be like 5 minutes. That's not true, but it feels like it because when in the past, I've talked about, especially a couple episodes ago during the Lazy Saga, I sort of had a big there's really not that much to talk about. But this episode, there is pretty much nothing to talk about. The only thing is originally my plan was because I couldn't really think of a topic for today. So it was going to be sort of another Lazy Saga episode because I sort of knew that there wasn't going to be a lot to talk about. But and there's this one specific thing that I'm sure is the title of today's episode that I was just going to pass off as we'll do it as news and we just won't have a topic. But I feel like if I did that, it would have literally just been, I would have done nothing. So I'm sort of skirting the rules a little bit here, and we do technically have a topic today, but it's so very small that I don't know if it's necessarily even counting as a topic. Anyway, we'll get to that. But I'm just warning you now, this is going to be a very short, very uneventful episode of Evocast, and that's okay. Mostly because I'm perfectly fine with this because next time we're going to have a very eventful episode because next episode is going to be my collective, maybe, sort of first impression review and discussion about Pokemon Unite, which is, as of recording this episode on Tuesday the 20th, coming out tomorrow. And I was going to delay the episode and, so I could sort of have some time to play Unite, but one, I'm going to be busy all day tomorrow and pretty much for the rest of this week, streaming and recording for my other podcast. But so I didn't think that it would be right to delay the episode to play Unite because I'm not going to have any time to play it. And even if I did have time to play it, I would only be able to play it for a day. And I don't want to do that. I sort of want to play it over the course of the next 2 weeks. Now, I can't promise exactly how much I'm going to be playing over the next 2 weeks, mostly because there's actually a lot of games coming out or a lot of new things to do sort of in the next couple weeks. But it's 2 weeks. I'm sure I'll find some time, and I do want to find some time. I'm really, really excited to play Unite. I'm going to, just sit down and play it for probably all day one of these days and over the course of a couple days and up until next episode. So I'll hopefully have a lot of things to talk about. But until then, I think it's okay. It's a little bit unfortunate that I wasn't able to talk about it as early as I am, today, just because of the way that this podcast works. But I think because of that, it'll give me some extra time to play it and experience it and give you my thoughts about it. And also just sort of make today a little bit easier for me. Anyway, this is going to be a little bit of a mini Lazy Saga episode. These phrases are completely nonsensical to anyone who isn't super tuned into the episode. So don't worry about it if you don't. It's not some crazy code that we have here. It's literally just things that I say to sort of excuse, things that I do in the podcast. Anyway, I'm going to be doing sort of a mini Lazy Saga thing where I'm still going to be doing the 2 segments that we do on this podcast live. Sort of because we don't have much to talk about, I think it's a good time to do that. Anyway, let's get into it. We have, count them, 5 pieces of news to talk about and 5 pieces of merch to talk about. It works out perfectly. Original Stitch, it wouldn't be an episode of Evocast where we don't talk about Original Stitch. Original Stitch is coming out with another shirt design, another couple shirt designs. It is the second to last in the Hoenn line, which of course I'm very excited about. It includes more Pokemon from the Hoenn region, such as Kyogre, Groudon, etc. This, of course, is coming from Cerebi.net. Thank you, Cerebi. And there will be one more wave of shirts to finish up the Hoenn patterns as the year progresses. Sky in September with Rayquaza, Latios, and Latias. So we have one more line of shirts from the Hoenn line, and then I assume they're going to be moving on to other generations. There might be different themes. Who knows? But I'm excited to see what they do. Again, it wouldn't be an episode of Evocast where I don't yearn for the purchase of an original Stitch shirt. But again, they're like $90. Eventually, I will get one, and I'll talk about it on the podcast. But that day is once again not today. Something interesting. This could technically be related to merch, but it's last time I talked about the 25th anniversary celebrations set, where they were sort of remaking a bunch of cards from the remaking a bunch of old generation cards, and they came out with the Pikachu ones. So they released the Pikachu ones, and there's one, there is Classic Pikachu, a redrawn Classic Pikachu, adorable. These are only available in Japanese at the moment. I assume they'll be coming to the US, or English, I guess. There's Pikachu V Union, which I'm pretty sure technically counts as a VMAX Pokemon. It's Pikachu in like a billion different styles, like every single style of Pikachu we've ever seen over the course of Pokemon's existence, which is really nice to see. Obviously, the medium doesn't really allow me to really talk about them all that much, but I implore you certainly to go look at these yourself. They can be found on PokeJungle or PokeJungle, the Twitter account. I assume also their website, and also Cerebi.net is where I'm looking at them. So there's the V Union Pikachu set, which is like 4 cards in one, by the way. It's just a bunch of Pikachus. There's Surfing Pikachu, normal Surfing Pikachu, and then VMAX Surfing Pikachu, who's like a massive Pikachu on a tiny little surfboard. And then Flying Pikachu, of course, redrawn Flying Pikachu, and VMAX Flying Pikachu, who has a bajillion, just increasing numbers every time I say a number, a bajillion, zillion balloons attached to him, a la Up. The Disney Pixar movie Up, and he's tied to what looks like metal wire, just sort of tied around his whole body, and he's flying next to a plane. It's a beautiful sight. It's a really good. It's honestly, I absolutely love these cards. I mean, like, if you've been a longtime Pokemon fan like I have, how can you not? Seeing them redraw Classic Pikachu is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. It looks really good. Like, it looks exactly like the card, but it's just redrawn. It's like, it's reimagined, it's really nice. And I can't stop looking at the group of Pikachus. I'm trying to sort of like pinpoint the styles. There's like, I don't necessarily know if you can really attribute them to anything, but like, it's like literally every single style. It's so good. There's so many. Like, I see like sort of like a 3D model, almost like from Smash, or like from like Pokken or Unite maybe. There's like very sort of, crayon drawing. There's like I don't even know how to explain any of these, but like, you recognize these, you recognize the styles, but I don't know exactly where they come from. There's a very crudely drawn one, which is like the only one that's like, quote unquote bad, and it's really funny. It's over on the right side. This card is just an absolute treat. I really implore you to go look at it if you haven't seen it already. All of the cards are absolutely adorable. I mean, like, they're redrawn of the original cards. How can you not like them? And it makes me even more excited to see what, more classic cards redrawn. If they have the same sort of style and humor that these cards have, I'm very, very excited. And I might actually buy these sets just because of how cool they are and how cute they are. It's like, I was going to say that it's a celebration, and it's literally called Pokemon Celebration. So I guess that's exactly what they're going for. But seriously, look at these cards. They're super cute. I'm going to take a drink of my drink here before we move on. Normally I cut these things out, but I'm sort of, looking for things to fill the time slot. So this episode only, you have to listen to me taking drinks of my if you're wondering what I'm drinking, it's sparkling juice. It's like a kiwi strawberry. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's an ant on my table. Excuse you, sir. You're not invited to this podcast. There we go. He has been dealt with. And by dealt with, I mean swiped off my table onto the ground. I didn't kill him. Don't worry. I don't really kill. I don't like to kill bugs. I just swiped him off of my table onto the ground where he belongs. Anyway, I think I'm going insane. Let's move on. Funny enough, that's like literally it for the basic news. The rest of it is like game specific news. So yeah, I guess there is one thing I can say. There's I was gonna sort of wait for the merch section for this because I saw it when I was going through the merch section, but I guess I can actually say it now, considering it's like related to just Pokemon in general. There's a code for Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I was thinking about this. I want to sort of include more like promotional codes for the games to like put on this podcast, or for the special people who listen to this podcast, on the days of the release, you get sort of an extra code. There is a gold bottle cap code. It's Player's Choice PC, and all of the O's. Well, there's only one. The O and the 1 in choice is a 0 and a 1. So it's like player, all caps, no spaces, Player's Choice PC, and the O and the 0 and the I are replaced with a 0 and a 1. So if you're listening to this on the day of release, go redeem this thing. Gold bottle caps are not easy to come by. You're welcome for the very good, for the exclusive content that you definitely couldn't just go onto like Cerebi or PokeJungle and look and find it. You can only get this on Extreme Evocast, the podcast. So you're welcome. Pokemon Go, there's a slew of updates and things coming. There's like teasers for Pokemon that are coming in the future, like Shiny Porygon, Shieldon, and Cranidos, and then like Kangaskhan, Ghastly. I'm not gonna. It's like teasers are not something that I'm interested in. There's only like one big news for Pokemon Go, and it's that there's a special outfit. I believe for Samsung users, which man, what a plentiful bunch of people who listen to this podcast and also happen to use a Samsung phone. A special code has been released by Samsung for all players to redeem a special t-shirt and cap to promote a Galaxy A series devices. This is obtained through the code, oh my god, it's so long, KUAXZBJUTP3B7. And obviously you can you go to Cerebi, it's there. If you don't want to type it in from me listening to this podcast and probably like scrolling back 4 times to listen to me say the whole thing, it's there, it's online. Just look up like Samsung code, but it's there for people who are interested in getting the Samsung Galaxy A outfit in Pokemon Go. It can be redeemed in-game on Android devices or through the official site. So sorry, iPhone users, again, a plentiful bunch of people who listen to this podcast and also happen to use an Android phone. But, for the people who do, there you go. If you're proud of your phone, your new Galaxy A, have fun. Masters EX has a new update coming. It is, first of all, there is the Legendary Arena, which is apparently something that happens. The Legendary Arena Moltres event is now live in Pokemon Masters EX. The event runs until July 26th and provides a challenge battling against Moltres to get a variety of rewards. I'm actually thinking about playing Masters EX, by the way. So here's sort of what I was thinking. I play gacha games quite a bit. I say quite a bit. I play Cookie Run Kingdom and Genshin Impact. I don't know if those two are the most insane gacha games, but I really like the gacha game format. And of all of the time that I spent over 2 years, maybe even more, a little bit less, but still talking about Pokemon Masters on this podcast, I literally didn't know that it was a gacha game. I thought you just got the sync pairs, or you just bought them or something. I didn't know it was a gacha game. And I'm not saying that it's that gacha games are the gacha aspect is what's going to pull me into it, but I genuinely didn't know that it was a gacha game. I don't worry if you're worried. I play gacha games safely. I know how to spend my money on gacha games. I say this, but I'm literally about to go spend $20 on Genshin. It's just because there's a new update. It doesn't matter. I shouldn't talk about that on this podcast, but I know it, don't worry about it. Don't worry about me playing gacha games. But I didn't know that it was a gacha game. And I'm thinking of actually playing it because, I like the format. I like the way that gacha games work. I like, it hurts so good. The fact that they pull you in and they make you want to play more, and they make you, pull your Pokemon trainers, get the cool Pokemon. I'm excited for it. I might actually play Pokemon Masters now that I'm, sort of got more gacha games recently. So we'll see. I might actually play it. Anyway, there's another event coming called Beachside Rivalry, which is actually really cute. The event is a new story event, Beachside Rivalry, and will provide a story focused around various characters from Galar. It adds a total of 2 scouts to get the new sync pairs of Gloria and Inteleon, and Marnie and Grimmsnarl. And they're both in their cute little beach outfits, and they're absolutely adorable. I love these 2 little ladies. And, there you go. It's a cute event. Pokemon Masters tends to do a lot of, beach. They added, Summer Lyra or something the other day. I only know that because I saw one of my mutuals on Twitter draw art of it. But they have, summer events, summer characters. They really seem to like giving costumes to certain characters. And I gotta say, these costumes are very cute for Marnie and Gloria. All right. Nothing about Cafe Mix, unfortunately. I mean, there's some reruns, but from what I could see, they've all ended by now, so there's not really any use of talking about them. Let's move on to the merch. There's really not that much to talk about for the merch. There is a new set called Good Good Smile, or a new, sort of line of Pokemon toys called Good Good Smile. Here it is. Good Good Smile line of merch focuses on Pokemon at their happiest. There's a shirt, there's a box, phone cases. I think that's what those are. Nope, those are just napkins. Those are just little towels, a mug, a shirt. Looks like kid sizes, which I'm not surprised about. I don't think that they're available in the US. I think they're only available in Japan. But it's good to just sort of look at them. They're very cute. Nice little line of cute Pokemon merch. The 2 O's in good are Pikachu's cheeks, and he's smiling. That's how you know it's quality, when they do a little bit of flair on the logo there with Pikachu. Cute. There are new charms for the Sinnoh starters. Let's see if I can find that. It's sort of all over the place on, scrolling through Twitter isn't necessarily the best documentation. Here we go. Charms of the Sinnoh starters have been added to the US/Canadian Pokemon Center Online. They're silver charms of the Sinnoh starters, and they have colored gems in the where they sort of connect onto where the actual keychain part. And apparently they're $55 each, which is insane. That's so much money. I mean, how big are they? They don't seem to be very big. I mean, they're bedazzled. How big are these? It doesn't say. Customer reviews. No reviews. Nobody wants these. That's not true. Let's see if who do you reckon is the most popular of the Sinnoh starters? Probably Piplup, but none of them have reviews. Okay, I was gonna try and look at the reviews to see if anyone likes them. There's no reviews on anything. I guess when do you really give reviews on the Pokemon Center? But those are there. They're cute. They're bedazzled in the type color. So if you're interested in those. Next up, there is a line of merch called Sitting Pokemon and Ball Guy. Sitting Pokemon plus Ball Guy. Specifically plus Ball Guy, because Ball Guy is not a Pokemon as far as we're aware. I guess that sort of deconfirms that he's a Pokemon, but Pokemon Center, Japanese Pokemon Center exclusive. Of course, everything is Japanese exclusive nowadays. Japanese Pokemon Center exclusive gacha series, Sitting Pokemon plus Ball Guy. And they include Marshtomp, Slowpoke, Ice-Q, Pikachu, Riolu, and of course Ball Guy. Sorry, specifically not Pikachu, it's plump Pikachu. He's very plump. I don't know what, he does look pretty plump. I don't know what makes him, I don't know why he's plump and nobody else is plump. He's just as plump as say, Slowpoke, but specifically plump Pikachu. I don't know. I don't know if that's like, I don't know if that's specific to just what PokeJungle described it as, or if it's literally called Plump Pikachu. But until it comes to America, I guess we'll never know. And finally, of course, the segment that changes name every couple episodes, Plentiful Plushies. Yeah, I'm feeling good about Plentiful Plushies, honestly. I say that the whole shtick is that it changes name every couple episodes, but I'm very confident about Plentiful Plushies. If it ever just doesn't feel right, I'll change it. But for now, I think Plentiful Plushies is going to stick. Anyway, Plentiful Plushies, we talk about plushies, of course. The only plushies I really have for you today are new plushies for Gigantamax Pokemon, specifically Gigantamax Snorlax and Gigantamax Gengar. I don't know how big they are, but they seem pretty gosh darn big. They're actually on the Pokemon Center. Let me go to the page. I closed my Twitter tab on accident, and I don't want to reopen it, so let me just go there. Plush, here we go. View all. Are they going to sort by newest? Wow, they're both sold out. Dang. 15 inches each. They're both 15 inches. Sorry, Gengar is 14 and a half, specifically. Oh, yeah, look at that. Pretty big, pretty nice. I like these plushies. They're both sold out though, so sorry if you like them. The tree on Snorlax specifically is very, very cute. I'm zooming. You can't see, obviously. I'm zooming in on the tree. It's taking up like my entire screen because I have the page sort of full screen. So, it's like I'm really there. It's like I'm really looking at a Gigantamax Snorlax and his giant tree. The immersion. That's what I live for. Anyway, those are sold out. I'm sorry to be like, hey, let's talk about plushies, and the only ones that I'm talking about today are completely sold out. But that's the way it is. It's like the only 2 plushies that are really available right now, but they're cute ones, and hopefully they'll come back soon. All right, you know what time it is. We don't have that much. We don't have that much left to do. But what there is left to do is everyone's favorite segment where we talk about a random Pokemon every episode. And because we don't have that much to talk about, we're only 20 minutes in before the main topic in huge air quotes, I am going to randomly generate a Pokemon right here, right now, for you. Doesn't really affect you any differently, but of course it's fun. And I tried to make that click audible. Okay, let's look up this Pokemon. Let's get the number for you. So, so people can guess. 876. That is the Pokemon on Random Pokemon of the Week today. If you got it, if you know your Galar Pokedex, I'd be very surprised. It is Indeedee. Indeedee is a dual-type Psychic normal Pokemon introduced in Generation 8. And its Japanese name is Yes-san. That's cute, because its whole thing is like, it's like a servant, or it's like a maid, so it's like, Yes-san. That's adorable. So, it is not known to evolve into or from any other Pokemon. Its abilities are Inner Focus or Synchronize, that is for male Indeedee. Female Indeedee has Own Tempo or Synchronize. And both of their hidden abilities are Psychic Surge. Of course, Indeedee has 2 different forms based on what gender it is, like a few other Pokemon. Its gender ratio, because of that, is 50-50. It is 2'11", or 0.9 meters, or 61.7 pounds, or it is also 61.7 pounds, or 28 exact kilograms. Indeedee is an interesting Pokemon. I sound like I'm about to start a documentary. Indeedee is a cute Pokemon. It's interesting. I like it. I like that they added a new Pokemon that sort of changes forms based on its gender. They don't tend to do that very often. Let me see. What's the difference between the 2 of them? Are they exactly the same? Oh, they have different stats. Okay, hold on. So they have different abilities and different stats. So this is like 2 Pokemon we're talking about today. I guess we're getting our fill, huh? Actually, I didn't even think about it. Let's go to Smogon and look up Indeedee. Oh, there's 2. Oh no, there's 2. Oh, they do different things. Okay, we're gonna be talking about both of them. So we're gonna make this a little brief. But Indeedee, let's look at its Pokedex entries actually real quick. Let's just sort of get that out of the way. Only one, of course, because it's only in Sword and Shield. It uses its horns. Oh, this is the male one. They each have their own Pokedex entry too. It uses its horns on its head to sense the emotions of others. Males will act as valets for those who they serve, looking after their every need. Through its horns, it can pick up on the emotions of creatures around it. Positive emotions are the source of its strength. That's male. This is female. These intelligent Pokemon touch horns with each other to share information between them. They diligently serve people and Pokemon so that they can gather feelings of gratitude. The females are particularly good at babysitting. Aww, that's cute. They both got those wide hips. I don't know why I figured that would be important, but related to babysitting, it's extremely important. Okay, let's look at. They have home sprites now. Is that only for Sword and Shield, or is that for every Pokemon? That's good. Let's look at some trivia. Indeedee shares its category with Kirlia and Mesprit. They are both known as the emotion Pokemon. Indeedee is the only Pokemon to have different stats and egg moves depending on their gender. Of course. Cool. Indeedee shares several similarities with Meowstic. Both are Psychic-type Pokemon with gender difference and have different movesets, and Pokedex entries depending on their gender. Male Indeedee and Meowstic are exclusive to Sword, while female Indeedee and Meowstic are exclusive to Shield. However, both gender forms of Indeedee can be obtained by breeding, while both gender forms of Meowstic can be obtained by evolving Esper of the appropriate gender. Ah. Okay. Let's look at... I guess that's it. Oh, shiny rating, I guess, huh? I don't think I've ever seen this Pokemon shiny before. Okay. So, to sort of visualize it here, it's sort of a dark purple with the white, both of them. They got like the gray horns. In the shiny form, their horns are purple. I'm going to take another drink while I sort of talk about this. My throat's getting gross. There we go. Its horns are purple. The white pretty much stays the same. Maybe it gets a little creamier, but the dark purple turns almost into like a green, like a teal. I don't know if there's any like references to this, but I mean it doesn't really change all that much if I'm being honest with you. Like it looks good, I guess. Don't get me wrong, but like I don't know, it's not very interesting. I guess it looks okay. I don't really know how to feel about this. I'm very indifferent. I'm very different. There's something there. I'm very indifferent about this Pokemon shiny. I don't know. Like it looks okay, but it doesn't necessarily stand out to me as anything cool. I mean, like its horns being purple are pretty nice. And, both of them look the same, by the way. Their shinies are exactly the same. So, thankfully, of all the gender differences, they're not different in that way. I guess I'll give it like a 6. I don't really know if I would feel comfortable giving it anything lower. It's like, 5 would be perfectly average, which, like, I guess technically it is. But then again, like, it's a little cool. I like the purple horns. I think 6 is a good place to put it. Not too high, not too low, but a little bit better than average. All right, let's look at their Smogon stuff. The sprites for these Pokemon are so low quality. Oh my god, Smogon, get your sprites. So, okay. So let's look at Indeedee F first, because for some reason Indeedee F is considered the different one, and then the male is base. So it's base Indeedee and then F. So female Indeedee has a HP stat of 70, an attack stat of 55, a defense stat of 65, special attack stat of 95, special defense of 105, and a speed of 85. It is in PU borderline, so it's not very good. The main format is UU, and it's a terrain supporter, expanding force, Hyper Voice / Dazzling Gleam, Mystical Fire, Healing Wish, and then Psychic Surge as its hidden ability, of course, which brings out the Psychic Terrain and a Terrain Extender. So, It brings out terrain. It can do damage, kind of. That's it. It literally has no, no description. Timid nature, by the way. 252 special attack EVs, 4 special defense EVs, and 252 speed EVs. It's, the NU is pretty much the same, but just like choice specs instead of the psychic terrain. There's like a choice spec set and a choice scarf set. Not very good. But the base, male, I don't know why it says base, I don't like that. Male in DD is a little different. It seems to be a little better, or at least actually has some information about it. There's 2 sets, choice scarf and choice specs, which which are very 2 different sets, and they both have descriptions about them. Let's look at choice specs just because I'm pretty sure that's like the base. And it's actually an NU borderline, so it's a little better than female NDD, it seems. Female NDD has a little bit more HP for better speed, and it's a little bit less attack for some more special defense, or less special attack for more special defense. So it seems to be a little bulkier, but a little slower. And then male in DD is a little faster, a little bit more attacky, but it's not nearly as bulky as female in DD. So in DDM's primary role in the RU tier is as a wall breaker that's capable of pushing past many neutrally hit, specially bulky targets. Mystical Fire hammers the likes of Steelix and Metagross for super effective damage, while also lowering the special attack of switch hints like Assault Vest for Uniclus, thus making it easier for DDM's teammates to switch into them. Hyper Voice is an alternative stab move that gives DDM a more reliable move to lock into if dark types like Incineroar or Obstagoon are present, notably being DDM's strongest option against the former. Trick can triple special walls like Umbreon and Registeel to make it easier for DDM's team to deal with, but losing its choice specs makes DDM much less effective at breaking down defensive cores. Dazzling Gleam OKOs Obstagoon and can 2KO Umbreon after some prior damage. There's way more where it's like talking about which teammate it appreciates and stuff. I'm not going to get into that. The set is Expanding Force, Mystical Fire, Hyper Voice, Trick / Dazzling Gleam, with choice specs, Psychic Surge, of course, is the hidden ability, Timid Nature, plus speed minus attack, for, that special attack boosted speed, 4 defense EVs, 252 special attack EVs, and 252 speed EVs. And that was written by Eon X. Alright, so now the title of today's episode, the talk of the town for literally nobody right now, except for me, because I'm talking about this. If you want to know how much I know about this, or like how much this really isn't like the talk of the town, I didn't know this existed until I looked on Cerebi for this, and it's another Pokemon promotional song, much like I almost said Katy Perry's Electric, and Post Malone's song, which I don't remember the name of, or his whole album, or like his live show or whatever. And my biggest, so before we get into it, my biggest criticism with this, specifically, Post Malone, I'm pretty sure he made like 2 new songs, and one of them, what I remember specifically, had it had the like Yucatec City from Gold and Silver, or like, I don't even remember what town it was, something like that. In its, in the song. They sort of sampled a Pokemon song from like the original Gold and Silver and put it in the song. That's fine. That's cool. I appreciate that. Other than that, the song had nothing to do about Pokemon. Katy Perry's Electric, it's called Electric. It's all about electric. It had Pikachu in the video. They teased it in the 25th anniversary thing. You'll have to forgive me. No amount of drink is making my throat stop being so raspy. I streamed today. Excuse me. So I streamed today, so I'm a little bit raspy. I've been talking a lot recently. So apologies if my voice is a little raspy for the rest of the episode. But, they teased it. The song had the music video had Pikachu in it. It was called Electric Shore. I can get around that. It was a fine song. But this one, Take It Home by Mabel. I've, first of all, never heard of this artist before, probably because I'm not ingrained into, pop music culture. But, and I don't want to sound pretentious by saying that. I've just literally never heard this person before, this artist before. But I'm gonna say Mabel for the purposes of I don't know how it's pronounced. Take It Home by Mabel. I don't know. The sort of the biggest complaint that I have right off the bat, and someone who's not ingrained in pop culture criticizing a song that they listened to one time. Listen, I know how it sounds, but my biggest complaint about this song right off the bat is that it's not about Pokemon. It's not a Pokemon song. Like, I know that it's it's a collab. It's sort of like a promotion for Pokemon. Pokemon is probably like, hey, we want to sponsor you, like make a song and we'll put a Pokemon in the music video, something like that. But like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like much of a promotion when the only time you can ever see anything related to Pokemon is if you watch the music video and you see Jigglypuff in the background. It's like, that's literally it. Like, she was giving her best fairy type gym leader cosplay. I don't know if that's actually what she was doing, but like, she had like a blue and pink outfit on with like, and she was hanging out with Jigglypuff, but like, cool. But like, if you just heard the song on the radio, there was no way that you would know that it was related to Pokemon unless you had heard of it beforehand, And like, I'm not expecting them to make like a Pokemon parody song or like just like a song completely about Pokemon. But what's the point? What's the point of having Pokemon promoted if it's literally not related to Pokemon at all? Like the music video, okay? Completely unrelated to Pokemon in every single way, except Pikachu and Jigglypuff were there sometimes. And it's like, it wasn't a bad song. The song itself was okay, sort of in the same reign as Electric by Katy Perry. I'm not really a listener of this genre of music, but it was okay. It was a good song. It was a fine song for what it was. I'm not going to criticize the song. I don't think that that's sort of in the scope of this podcast. But my biggest criticism is that it wasn't a Pokemon song. It was just a song that had Jigglypuff in it in the music video on YouTube, and it's like, okay. But why though? And like, I don't know if this criticism holds up. It's all for good fun. It's sponsored by, Pokemon probably had more say in it than she did. I mean, I doubt she had pretty much any say in it, knowing, artists and things. A lot of artists nowadays don't even write their own music, or, a lot of huge pop singers. But like, I doubt Pokemon wrote the song. The song was probably already written beforehand, and they're like, hey, let's just like slap Jigglypuff in there and call it a promotion. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me, and again, I am not the target demographic of the song, but I'm the target demographic of Pokemon. So it's like, why though? I'm not going to talk about this for much longer, but and I don't usually like to get nearly as negative as I am now, but it sort of just rubs me the wrong way, Like, I would love to see them go a little bit more into the promotion and have a song sort of, like Post Malone was in a great direction. It had a Pokemon song sampled in it. That's cool as hell. And Electric was okay. There was a lot of promotion for it. And I mean, the song is called Electric and it was related to Pikachu, so that's fine. But like, Take It Home, no relation to Pokemon. The song lyrics, no relation to Pokemon. The music video, even, no relation to Pokemon. Literally just it had Jigglypuff in it. So it's like, call me a little bit disappointed in this one compared to the other ones. The Post Malone song, and to a degree, the Katy Perry song, was a step in the right direction. But I don't think that this one was very good. If you're sort of comparing them to the Pokemon promotion-esque songs. And I mean, like, I don't even know. I think they might have known this because I literally saw zero promotion for it at all. It was just when I had looked up, hey, what's going on in Pokemon recently? And like, this was released like a couple days ago, like 5 days ago. This is not old news, or this is not new information. This is things that's been around for like almost a week now, and I have literally never heard of it until now. So I don't know. It's a weird situation. And like I said, the song is fine, but why is it a Pokemon promotion? It doesn't really make sense to me why they would do it in the way that they have and then like not promote it at all, not make it related to Pokemon at all. It just seems like not a good idea. And like, I'm not a marketing team. I'm not like, I'm not in charge of this stuff. Maybe it was a great idea. Maybe they were offered a big sum of money, or maybe they really wanted to do it. But like, as the target demographic for the Pokemon aspect of the whole situation, I don't really see the point. All right. Let's take a step away from some of the negativity. I know, it was caused by myself, but let's take a step away. I don't usually like to get nearly that negative and that critical on this podcast, but it's good to get something like that off my chest. It's good to sort of talk about something that I'm disappointed in every so often. And certainly, please make your own opinion off of your own judgment. Don't take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm not a listener of pop music, but like, if you really like the song and you thought the music video was cool and like, you can see the Pokemon relation to it, sure, that's perfectly fine. I'm happy for you. Anyway, let's move on. Let's finish off this episode with something a little bit more happy, a little bit more fun. And of course, you know exactly what that is. Everybody's favorite segment, where we talk about a random move every episode, Move Tutor. And the move we're talking about today is, let me hit the random generate button. Hopefully you heard that. 517. Let's see. What move is that? If you can guess what move this is, I think you deserve a Nobel Prize. 517 is Inferno, which is called Purgatory in Japanese, excuse me. Oh my god. Inferno, I was so taken aback by that, is a damage-dealing fire move introduced in Generation 5. It is a fire-type move. It is a special move, PP of 5, power of 100%, and only an accuracy of 50. Jeez. Not a very accurate move. Inferno deals damage and will always burn the target if it hits. Inferno can be used as a part of a contest spectacular combination, causing Hex to give 3 extra appeal points if used in the next turn. I've never heard of this move before, or like I'm pretty sure I have, but it didn't stick. It didn't. If you asked me to name every fire type move, I would 100% forget this move exists. The description of this move is: the user attacks by engulfing the target in an intense fire, leaving the target with a burn. Is that it? Is that everything that there is? Aha! Inferno is the only non-status move that has a 100% chance of burning the target under normal conditions. The only other move with the same possibility is Fling, but in this case, burn is only achieved if the user is holding a Flame Orb. And Inferno has the lowest accuracy of all fire-type moves. Interesting. So yeah, this is like the end of the spectrum. This is like, the I don't know what the word I'm looking for here, but it's like, it's powerful, it burns, but it's not going to hit. It's only going to hit. It's literally a 50-50 chance if you click that fire button. So be careful. It's like risk versus reward. It's like the highest risk versus the highest reward, because it does a lot of damage, it burns, but it's literally only going to hit 50% of the time. You may as well be flipping a coin with this move. Literally flipping a coin. Interesting. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen this move before. I don't think I have, certainly, but I don't think I've ever really, it hasn't stuck in the brain. It's interesting, it's like I learned a new move today. I didn't really, but I kind of did, because I feel like I'm going to remember it more now because I've actually taken the time to look into it. Anyway, that, I think, is going to do it for me for today. A little bit of a longer episode than I thought. It's always the episodes that I say are going to be short that end up being really long. I don't know what took up 45 minutes of my time. I feel like I talked about absolutely nothing today, but I'm not complaining, and I'm sure you aren't either. So that is going to do it for me for today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!